Okay, time to do another T2's Crazy Dreams. Because I just woke up and I had this hilarious dream. And mostly involved my mom. There's some stuff at the beginning of it I can't remember about me in a house. And it had like I left on some kind of thing that had suds. And my house got wrecked. I had to pay a guy to vacuum the suds out or something. That is weird. Then, first of all, before I get into the dream, because it's mostly about my mom, and you need to know that she is notoriously bad about giving out her personal details for like scammers. And like me and my mom and dad went to that place Ollie's when I was up there last time I was at her house, and she was saying like, you know, why do I always get all these not prank calls, but like people phone calling her, telemarketers and stuff. So then we get to Ollie's and then we're checking out, and the guy's like, "Do you want an Ollie's discount card?" She's like, "Okay." She starts giving him all her phone number and address and all that stuff. I'm like, "Mom, this is why you get all these calls." So, in the dream, it started out, we were like at this restaurant. I think I was by myself. I wasn't with my parents. I was with these two girls and this guy, I think. I think they were people I know from Facebook. Anyway, one of the girls was eating Subway. And the other girl across from me kind of had big boobs, I think. I don't know who that was. But like, I was gonna... there's this bus driver guy that came up. And he would like... he was acting like he was gonna like eat some of her food. He'd accidentally grab her boobs like a couple of times. Like tweaking her nipples and shit. And I'm like, dude! That's totally sexual harassment. Like, we could like report you to your job right now. And he was like... they didn't seem to care. So they just kind of like ignored it and went on. I was like... well, alright then. So then I was like, the girl was eating Subway next to me. And they had like some kind of new thing Subway was doing, where they were putting something like instead of bread on the Subway. I don't remember what it was. But I was like, oh man, what if they started using like sponge cake instead of like regular bread? Or what if they used like brownies? And I started like thinking all these crazy ideas, like, oh man, Subway. What if they had like Rice Krispie treats instead of buns or something? And that was so it was pretty good. They were enjoying that. And then I hear my dad, I think, yelling at me or something. So then I go to where the bathrooms are, and my dad is in the women's bathroom with my mom, because my mom went in there and there was a Chinese guy. Wait, I went in there first. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew that she was like giving away her fucking information again to like telemarketers. That's what was going on. My dad was in there. I hear like somebody in the middle stall say something, and then I look and there's nobody in there but like a pair of pants, and then a bunch of shit in the toilet. So I go to like flush the toilet, and then the handle is a piece of shit. And I was like, ah! So I go like wash my hands off. And then I go back. And like my dad is trying to like get my mom to stop telling her information to this guy. So I like push past my dad, because it's hard to like, it's not very big. I gotta get past my dad, get past my mom. There's a Chinese guy sitting on the far end stall. He's like leaning back, eating a plate of like chicken fried rice, and he's writing down my mom's details. I just like kick him in the fucking plate, and I just throw his food everywhere, and I like flip him over, and I try to like flush him out of the toilet or something. It didn't make sense. But like, he got mad, but he wasn't like coming after me. He just kind of like, he got out of it and he started like trying to get information again. So somehow we got my mom out of there because she was like desperate to give him her details. And then I think I went and got food somewhere else or something, because we get back to our house, which apparently was in the middle of like an amusement park kind of place, because it had like a bunch of like outdoor tables around the outside, and like people were there and stuff. But I think we had a dog, not my dog, but a different dog, that came up to me, and I'd gotten the mail out of the mailbox, and then like I had my hands full of all this stuff, so I gave like the junk mail to the dog to hold, and the dog like ran off towards the table where I was going to go eat, and then he starts dropping it, and I'm like, ah shit, the dog's dropping the mail, I'm going to have to pick that up and stuff. So mom and dad went to the house, and then as soon as I get down to my table to set all my food down and get ready to eat, my mom yells at me, she says, "You got a phone call." I'm like, what now? Get really mad. She's like, apparently, she just like flips this phone, which is like a pink brick phone. She flips it like one of those YouTubers trying to like balance half a bottle of water and get it to like land. She just flips the phone onto the ground. I was like, whatever. And I go over there. I pick up the phone, and it was like, all lines are currently busy. Please wait and remember. And then somebody comes on. I was like, Mom, what is this? I don't want this call. You're doing it again. And then it's like, somebody from Blizzard was on the phone, and they were like, if you want to like reduce the price of your Blizzard subscription. I was like, Mom, listen to this. Does this sound like something I would be interested in? She was like, yeah. And I'm like, no, I don't even have a Blizzard subscription. And then I think that's where it ended. There was something about a Chinese guy that couldn't make a bicep when he was flexing his arm. He was like Popeye, and he was trying to make a forearm muscle, but he couldn't. He just made more biceps, and then would disappear. He was like a drawing. He was really weird this stream. But yeah, I think that part about Subway sandwiches is really on point. They should do something with instead of bread. That's pretty genius. Maybe sponge cake would be good. I mean, I don't know. You get those donut sandwiches. But I don't know why the phone was pink. I don't know what the deal with the dog. The junk mail had something to do with like telemarketers, I think. But that was a weird dream. I don't know. I can't analyze it. I had a bunch of dreams lately that I can't remember. I wish I could think of them. I don't know.